Hello, everybody. This is the Nameless One, and tonight we are going to be continuing the Heart of Darkness campaign. I have with me Cat, Ballistic, Cameo, Cosmo, Link, Sawtooth, and Fair will be joining us in a little bit. Before we get started, I would like to remind everybody, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to stay up to date with all of our streams and uploads. A little out of breath now. Other than that, there will be links for the Patreon and the Discord in the description for anybody that wants to show further support. And let's go ahead and jump straight into the recap.
All right. So last time we got to meet Ballistic's character Icicle, the Kelpie who was found frozen in his ice form. So we took him into the inn to thaw out, and obviously made great friends with Sawtooth right off the bat, and we all got along. But there seems to be something beneath the surface. I recruited everyone into the group, which was pretty cool. So we're all the peacemakers again, unofficially. Let's see. Wynn was able to even get Murmur on board, despite despite their unenthusiasm with our group and the current terrible situation.
Lack of enthusiasm? Unenthusiasm is not a word.
Oh, well, I got the general idea across, I think. Let's see what else happened. We left the place and found a church, a giant church in the distance. But at this point, Sawtooth was getting freaked out by just the environment, and it was really getting to him. And he thought he saw tentacles. He did see tentacles closing in, and he thought that everyone in the church was like Cthulhu cultists or something. So it was hard to get them on board. But basically, we all entered the church as a refuge and talked a little bit to the people there. Did I miss any major details?
No, I think you covered the vast majority of what needed to be covered.
Okay.
Let me start up. There we go. So, just start off, Sawtooth, you have slept off the 2 levels of madness that you accrued during the last session.
Thank goodness. Thank you.
I will say that it is not difficult for you to, reaccrue them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
lots of sources of madness in this place, apparently.
I mean, you are in a space that is not exactly what it seems to be.
Nightmare zone. Let's go.
I am going to go ahead and say that you guys had a full day of, resting and doing things for downtime. So I'm going to go one by one and see what people decided to do during their downtime. Just because it's easier to do it this way. Also, before I do that, Cosmo, you actually just received your dreamwalking ability.
Indeed.
Would you like to use that?
I would.
Okay. So we will do that after downtime run through.
Okay.
And for those of you that have already encountered it, yes, it is exactly like it was previously. Have fun.
Panic.
What's exactly that?
That was the worst thing you can say to me right about now.
Yeah.
So, Cap, what did you do for your,
Mostly I just read this is a place of academia, so I did some, I thumbed through a couple of the books, but I believe this also like a place of worship at all?
This is not. It is described as cathedral-like because of how the structure was built.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't quite remember that detail. But if there's like a chapel or whatever, some like room or whatever for worship, then I would go there and pray.
They do have a small
otherwise-
side cloister specifically for worshipping various deities. They do not have a dedicated altar to any one deity. They just have a general altar that you can use.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that for the rest of it.
Okay. Icicle.
So, Icicle has just been, like, walking around with a critical eye through the halls, almost as if he's looking for clues or looking for something at all. He doesn't really do much other than that, other than, like, chat with a few of the Academy members.
Okay. Cosmo, do you do anything other than the dream walking over your time?
I kind of want to get like a general feel of the school that we're at. Kind of just observe.
Mingling, figuring
Yeah.
out. Okay. So for the most part, the school, there are certain sections that they are not allowing you to enter, but for the most part, they seem friendly. You also note that you never actually see, because they're all wearing clothing that covers their entirety of their body, to include gloves. You never actually see any skin as you're moving around, to the point where, like, literally the only things that you are sure are what they look like they are your companions.
Okay.
For, Link, your turn. What do you do? I will say that if you do research in a specific topic, I will give you one answer in regards to that.
Yeah, I was just thinking, there wasn't anything notable that I passed upon.
Well, you
Right,
didn't tell
or-
me you were looking for anything in specific.
Yeah, I wasn't, just, I don't know.
You're in what is a massive school with a gargantuan library. You could literally spend an entire day looking over books on potatoes.
Yeah, no, I don't know, sometimes, you just grab a book and you find out something kind of cool. I don't know, that was just my thought.
No, I don't have an encyclopedia of things that you can look at, so if you're looking to research something, I need specifics.
Yeah, okay, I get that then. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Link.
I'm trying to think. I think I want to...
I would also point out that you have not scribed all of your spells over, and that will take the time and effort. You have the supplies available, you still have to spend the gold, but you will be able to use the downtime to transcribe spells from the other spell book to yours, because otherwise you cannot use them.
Yeah, I still haven't really done that because lack of gold.
You also have the ability, if you would like to essentially create more than one spell book, but it has to be attuned to you, essentially. You can't just read somebody else's spell book. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, makes sense.
Research is also still possible.
Yeah, for now, I think I'm going to... there's a lot of knowledge here, and I'm just too curious. I'm going to do research on, I guess, monsters involving, like, auditory, like, hallucinations or, like, effects that particularly addle the mind,
So it turns out there's actually a variety of creatures that do such things. Things like sirens and one that does particularly stick out is one known as the False Hydra.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really much information in the books that you are able to find in the time that you are doing your research, but it is a name for you now. You have a name to the beast that potentially ate your village.
Alrighty.
Toot, are you muted?
No longer. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to the library. What can I find on local history?
So you're looking for local history of this area.
Yes.
So you do find a book that details what happened, but it is strangely vague because from what you can tell, this place was just kind of there, founded by the headmaster, and it's only ever mentioned as the academy. Just like the headmaster is always mentioned as the headmaster.
But we don't know of what.
The headmaster is just the one in charge of the school.
Interesting. Okay. Can I find a broader, more generalized history of the Mist, the area, and like maybe civics, like some of the societal rules and stuff?
Just a second. I will go ahead and allow this because this is... Okay, so as to the Mist, there's not much that you can find, though you do see note that several scholars have been basically writing books arguing back and forth on whether or not it's actually of this world or of another. They do seem to agree that with most of what you were hearing from the barkeep, it does say that at some point, whoever the Dreadlord is encountered something known as a Tear of the Silent King. And that's where a Dread Realm happens. They don't seem to know what the purpose of a Dread Realm is, but they know that they are tied to the Silent King somehow.
Can I find a book going into the Dreadlord? Exploring that? Okay.
Because, like I said, not that many answers. We only had one day. And big library.
Yeah,
Cameo,
right.
your turn.
Oh shit, I had like 3 different things in mind.
Well,
I was
just lay out all 3, and then I'll tell you which ones you can do.
just shapeshift to look as if I'm just one of the students and just kind of vibe around him. Just to get a general feel of the place. Look for potions, potion recipes, and then have paper to start the, wishing process.
What was that last one again?
The 1,000 paper bug wishing thing. I was gonna start to look for pieces of paper to do that with.
So, they do actually have a very small supply of the paper you're looking for. As to the potion recipes, because of the time that you spent trying to get a feel for everything, you didn't quite have enough time to actually work your way through the libraries. But as you're, mingling, you start to notice something that doesn't quite fit in with the idea of what you were walking into. Most of these scholars, whenever you get close in the shape of one of their own, they're not actually writing anything. They don't appear to be actually doing anything of any note. They're kind of going through the motions of it, but they're not actually getting anything done. You also note, as Icicle is stalking the halls, anytime that he gets close, writing appears, and it looks a lot more like they're actually doing what they're appearing to do. And then it goes back to this going through the motions, the writing disappears. Like, at one point you even follow a singular scholar as he basically does an NPC route of picking up a book, walking to the shelf, putting the book back. The book disappears as he gets back to his spot. He grabs basically the exact same book and then puts it back. And stuff like this is just prevalent throughout, but only visible to you right now. As the others are doing their thing, they seem to become more realistic.
I see. By the way, how many pieces of paper for the origami stuff?
A total of 15 of the appropriate type of paper.
Alright. Got it. When I'm finished, I just go to the room to start working on the origami.
Okay. So, give me just a sec. Hold on, I'm typing something. It takes a minute. Okay. Now, before we get any further, it is the night before the day that the game technically starts on. Cosmo.
Yes.
So, you step into from your waking form into the dream realm. Dream realm in this place seems very tumultuous. Normally it's a cool, calm, kind of like nebula-like space. Generally a deep hue of like dark blue. This place, for the most part, is black. The general dream bubbles are still in place, although given the place that you're in, there is a surprisingly small number. There is one in the distance that is black, and then the ones that represent your companions. One of them seems to be surrounded by some sort of black smoke, but the bubble itself is a normal color.
Can I investigate the wall of black smoke?
Okay. That would be Murmur.
When you go inside, there is nothing visible, but you can feel basically everything around you. It's a cold, damp place. Maybe a cave, but it's kind of unsure. There's something wrong with where you're stepping at, where you're standing. Nothing seems right. Do you progress?
There you go.
The more you move, the more things seem to slowly piece themselves together, and soon you begin to hear your steps. Now you know you're in a cave. But it seems like a cave carved out. It doesn't seem natural. And soon you begin to hear what are essentially little kids just giggling and running around. But you still can't see them. You only hear them.
Okay.
As you continue through, a sudden break of light comes through. And you see strange grubs looking at you. They're like fairly giant, but they're obviously just grubs. And they look at you and hiss.
Alright.
They tell you...
Go on.
Yeah. They tell you, come out. It's time to feed. And then they run off.
I follow them.
As you go through, the entire place becomes very well lit. It honestly looks amazing, but there are bugs everywhere. And in the center of it all is a queen bee. Her
Okay.
face is blurred out. And aside from the two grubs that told you to come and eat, everyone else's face is also blurred out. Nothing seems clear.
Am I able to interact with them?
You can try.
I asked them, where am I?
They look at you funny and they're like, "Did you hit your head again? We're home, idiot."
Yeah, sorry about that. I think I tripped on my sometime earlier today, and I think I have a giant goose egg.
Of course, you're nothing but a soft-boiled egg.
Hey now, I think I'm not boiled. Soft, maybe, but not boiled.
Sure thing, Stinky.
I'm not stinky, you're stinky.
The grubs run ahead. And they disappear when they get past the queen.
I acknowledge the queen and try to... Can I roll perception or investigation on the queen?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to see if I can read her emotions.
That would be insight.
Okay. Class, where's inside? There you are. Disadvantage, normal.
With disadvantage because her face is blurred out.
Okay.
And give me just a sec. So roll was 14. Normally for a hard task cameo, just to give you reference, 15 is a difficult task, 20 is a near impossible, and like 10 is like a normal task.
Her face is blurred, so he failed that.
Okay.
Due to the blurred face, you can't really tell what she's feeling. There's nothing in particular she's doing that shows any exaggerated emotions either. She's kind of just there.
Your Majesty, where am I?
You hit your head again, didn't you?
Everybody keeps saying that. But what if... Who do you think I am?
Oh, come on, Murmur. I know who you are already. You should have...
So just a bit of reference. You don't want to disrupt a dream too much unless you see active psychological harm happening, because otherwise you can cause active psychological harm. So if somebody tells you you are something while you are trying to interact with their dream, you are that something. Right now you are there to observe, to try and figure out mental states. Because you do not want to, essentially break something.
Yeah.
Remember, what dreamwalking is essentially stepping into somebody's mind.
Right.
So, just making sure you understood that.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and continue.
Come on, you should eat. Maybe that'll make you remember.
Possibly. I am rather hungry.
Without touching you, she seemingly lifts you. And you have this green aura kind of pulsing through you as she's doing that. And she brings you to this cocoon. Roll for observation.
Okay.
Perception. Roll perception.
Perception, yes, there you go, sorry.
That's alright. First. Normal, disadvantage, advantage?
Advantage, because you're getting straight to it.
Okay.
Your face is getting shoved in it, so... 11?
Yes. You see a pony inside of the cocoon. And...
Just interjecting for reference, you are unaware of the changeling hive habits because your peoples never actually intersected where they were meant to. So this is a rather terrifying revelation for you.
Can I roll a wisdom save to see if I would break Moot's character?
Roll.
I wanted to try to stay in character.
Wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Normal, I take it?
Yes, it would be normal.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you failed that. So, give me just a sec. So, what is your reaction?
But that's a pony. We can't eat them.
Hold on, I am receiving information.
I'm sorry, Rachel, that was response.
Okay. So, as you say this, the faded, blurry face of the queen seems to contort for a moment before a voice that you don't recognize interjects. We'll go with this one, because I know it has no high-pitched squeaky.
Okay, I think that's enough of that.
You feel almost like something dug like long, sharp claws into your shoulders as you are yeeted back to the dream realm. The bubble is now completely encompassed in the black smoke, and any attempts to enter it again will be useless.
Well then, I suppose I should talk to Newt later about that.
That's not Moop, that's Murmur.
I mean, Murmur about that. Thank you. I'll look around for any other interesting dreams.
So you do have a variety of different dreams. Give me just a sec. I am getting information from people. Like I said, you now have 6. Wait, what? Hold on, I need to count. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4. Technically 5, but number 5 isn't here yet, so you have 4 more plus the black one in the distance. I would suggest anytime you see a black orb, that is the final one you visit.
I'll examine the pride and the rest of my party's privacy. I'll go to the black orb.
Okay. I will say that part of being a cleric of Luna is poking through... Cleric or paladin of Luna is poking through people's privacy. Part of you're a steward of dreams, essentially. You try to make sure that you can help people in their states of need, and I will point out that one of them has recently gone mad.
That is true. I will visit Saw's dream.
Okay. It is also good to get a good baseline, so I'm not letting people off the hook that easy.
That's fair.
Okay.
Now, I will say that some people will have defenses eventually, if not immediately.
Okay.
But go ahead, Sawtooth.
Okay, so when you enter my dream, you see me, Fair, and a group of other characters you don't recognize. We're all fighting a big, amorphous, obviously villain of some sort. And you can tell that as we're fighting and doing damage, we're all covering for each other, healing each other, shielding and blocking each other from harm. And you watch our team work effortlessly almost to help each other out, have each other's backs, and take down the evil blob, or whatever it is.
Okay.
And you're watching Sawtooth look around confused as the party members fade away one by one until all that's left is Saw and Fair. And they're slowly replaced with more. You see Wynn, you see Murmur, you see Icicle, you see yourself, and these people keep adding until it's the party that you recognize.
Okay.
Because
Another,
Sawtooth forgot the names.
yeah, I'm sorry. So you see this Glace. I think that's it. Okay. You see the same amorphous blob attack the party now, but instead of everyone having each other's backs and defending each other, they leave Saw and Fair alone and defenseless, and the monster consumes the both of them. And as the scene clears, it's Sawtooth left alone with a worried expression.
So, you do not have to intervene in any way if you do not think you need to. If you want to, you can try to interact with the character that is dreaming, or if the dream seems like it is going too far south, you can throw a wisdom roll to see if you can exert your will over their dream to try and make it something more peaceful. Those are your options for that.
I like she'll get closer to Saw to more look at his face.
Sawtooth, for you, since you've dealt with this before, you are familiar with what is happening. You kind of had like a basically waking version of this, so you will know that it is a thing that is going on.
I'm aware of
You're aware of it in the dream, not in the waking world.
okay, it's Vale, right?
Yeah, haze.
Haze. Okay, I'm sorry. So, I'm sorry, I want to get this clear. So in the dream, I know that it's actually haze in real life dream walking, but when I wake up, I won't know that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you remember enough of it that you realize what's going on. It's not, since your dream has sort of concluded to an extent. You know that this is probably a dream walk rather than,
Right.
more dream. But you will not have any memory of it other than vague impressions that something happened. You wake up, I dreamed about my party, but I don't remember what exactly that dream was about, kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So when I sense Haze's presence, I say, "Oh, here we go again. What brings you here?"
Well, I noticed that you were going crazy yesterday, and I want to know exactly why do you think you see tentacles everywhere? What happened to you?
As if I'm the arbiter of truth in this truthless hellscape.
I will also say, Sawtooth, you can lucid dream right now. You can shape the world around you to show things that you want to punctuate.
Yeah. Well, the specific things might be coming from a little misadventure I had a few months back. So, I pull the world into focus, and it becomes the area where we pretty much where I joined the cult of.
So, whenever
Kraken.
this happens, you're brought to a large room with a massive clear window into murky water. But the water's not the important part. The important part is the monolithic eye staring into the room. Sawtooth, are you showing the scene or just the room?
I'm just showing what I experienced.
Okay, so the full scene?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and explain that so that way it's just quicker. So, in the room, there's dozens of cultists. Some of them are vastly malformed and mutated, tentacles coming out of places they shouldn't, things like that. Standing in front of the eye is a unfamiliar Pegasus and Sawtooth, and both of them are currently staring into the eye in a rapturous state. Like, you can tell just by looking that they're under a sort of mental assault from the owner of that eyeball. And you can see active mutations. Sawtooth's eyes change to more like an octopus or squid-shaped eye. And the Pegasus grows suction cups on the bottom of their hooves. Whenever you are ready to cut it off, that is up to you, Sawtooth.
We faced a lot of stuff that no one should ever have to face. And I can't stop thinking about it. But then, at least then we had, like, we all knew each other, we all trusted each other, we were a team. I don't feel half the same trust in this group of... I don't trust you, necessarily.
That's fair. You only know each other for a little while.
And I don't know what we're gonna face next. I mean, the same thing could happen tomorrow, and we wouldn't be able to face it.
Well, they should always say that one should open up to gain trust in others. I grew up on the streets. And it wasn't until Luna walked in my dreams, until I was finally able to face my own reality. Can I show you how I see things?
How what?
Can I show you how I see things?
Sure. I was gonna ask
Wisdom.
about him.
You can go ahead and throw a wisdom roll to try and shape the dream.
Okay. Those 15 beat?
Yes, you are able to shape the dream to your specifications.
I saw that how I see others as distant, but always like admire. Like, I always try to keep my distance from others and show how I see the party, how I see that everybody has their good in them, how everybody has a soul, and that is what I believe in people.
So how do you show that? You're gonna need to...
I know,
Go ahead.
like, I show him I manifest an image of how he thinks is Nightmare Moon, and I tell him that not everything is as they seem, and I have Nightmare Moon wisp away into Luna, and we like, some people see the nightmares in others, however I see the beauty in others. So, if you can always look further deeper into somebody, you'll be able to see that you're not alone, and you can see the good that the world has to offer.
Sawtooth's response?
hope I can trust that. I mean, that sounds nice and all, but I guess I just need to see the actions that come from those words.
That is fair.
Hey,
Hmm.
so do all Luna clerics dreamwalk? Is that a thing that they all do?
The answer would be yes, all of
Yes.
them have the ability to. However, not all of them need to because they're generally in a group. There's normally a designated dreamwalker that their job is to act as the steward of dreams. However, you don't have a steward of dreams. You are the only Luna cleric that you can viably say. Like, you recognize the other one as a cleric, or not cleric, paladin of Luna, but, you know, unless he starts doing it too, you step up to the plate.
Okay. Oh, should I let Hayes explain that in her own words, or should I keep going?
That is how that works.
Okay,
I am
sorry.
voice in the sky. If
All
I'm
right.
talking to a specific person, they are the only one that hears me.
Gotcha.
Well, you see, we all travel together, but some of us is a designated shepherd. As the cleric has not done so yet, I have
Other
volunteered.
paladin. You're both
Are they
paladins.
or both paladin? As the other paladin hasn't stepped up to the plate, I volunteered as the steward of this party. So, we all can, but only one of us does it in a group.
I think I can only handle one pony snooping around in my dreams.
I'm not so much snooping as is tapping the surface of a giant ocean that is your subconscious.
However you want to say it. I appreciate. I do feel a little bit better about our group now that I know how you feel, but thanks, I guess.
You can
Sorry.
You can just step out from there.
I'll step out. I'll exit the dream.
Okay. So, you now have 3 options. You have your fellow paladin of Luna, you have the cleric of Cadence, and you have the wizard.
I'll enter the paladin cadence's dream.
Okay. So this is the first instance of this happening to you. You weren't even necessarily aware that this is a thing. Win. So,
Oh, okay.
yes. Go ahead and describe your dream. It doesn't have to be deeply insightful, but insightful is always good.
Yes. It is completely dark, and no matter how much you roam around, it's basically just like a blank screen. Basically like very difficult to see. I guess the ground underneath you is it's like stone, or maybe something a little bit more refined than stone, like a marble.
Okay.
It is up to you what you do next.
Can I make I stamp my hoof to see if it echoes.
It does.
I call out if is anybody there?
An echo replies. Nothing else, though.
So I think if I walk forward, I'd still be walking, and nothing would change.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to change the dream setting.
Wisdom roll.
Yep. Wisdom.
See. Yeah, that's a fail. Nothing changes.
Well then, this string is a little bit is ominous. Would I know any trigger words to get their subconscious going?
I'm sorry, what?
Like, if I wanted to trigger a reaction, would I know how to do that?
That's not a me question.
Wait, so what are you saying? Say that one more time.
I'm trying to trigger a reaction in the subconscious. Would I know how to do that?
As you were unable to get a reaction by reshaping the dreamscape, there's not really much that you can potentially do without disrupting things right now. So it is always viable to, come back a different day.
Alright, I'll
As of
leave.
right now, your baseline will be, head empty, no think.
Dum dum.
It is a little insightful, but not much.
Well, she now judges you for.
For the
She
head
might
empty,
judge
no
you for
think.
thinking less.
I will
But
say that
see,
there
when you're not,
is a potential for that to happen, where you step into a dream that isn't there. It depends on how exhausted the character was, though. It is not a thing that will be used frequently to get out of doing any dream sequences. Please, and thank you.
I understand
I was
there
saying
is
that
a-
more for other people.
yeah, there is a point to this. But I'll drip feed my dream.
Yes. Since you also did not interact in any way, shape, or form, if Cosmo's character leaves right now, you still are unaware of dreamwalking.
Mm-hmm. That's fine by me.
Alright, I'll leave and head to my fellow paladin.
Okay. Ballistic,
Yeah.
what you dreaming about?
So it starts off in this desert where a sandstorm is happening, and in the middle you see Icicle trudging through it slowly but steadily, pushing his way through each gust of wind that comes his way. As he does this, he's muttering to himself. Only a few words are able to be heard, like jerks, exiled, and pay. Until eventually he speaks up after going up to touch his earring, where he says, "I'll show them, won't we, won't I, sister?"
I will say that as a fellow cleric paladin of Luna, you are able to forcefully remove people from your dreams with a opposed wisdom roll. If they are fighting back to not get removed.
So I would be, so Icicle would know of their presence.
Only if they make themselves known.
All right.
Remember, dreamscape you're still dreaming. If they just observe and then leave, then you don't know they're there.
Yeah, I was just worrying sense of the way you're wording that and stuff. I was just a bit confused.
Yeah, if you know they're there, you can force them out.
Okay.
Hayes. What are you going to do?
I think she would probably just try to examine what he means by sister. Examine the pony.
By the way, I forgot to mention, he is in his ice form.
Oh, that's right, he's a Kelpie.
So, basically right now, if you poke and prod, you're going to have to, like, get his attention or alter his dream, both of which will alert him to your presence. And you do not know how receptive he will be to you poking and prodding. So, passive observing will give you information and you can try and ask questions later. But you don't want to tip him off that you are dreamwalking, because it's meant to be kind of a private thing where you take him to the side and then you can ask generalized questions to try and get to your answer, but you don't want to basically be like, yeah, I was poking through your brain last night.
So be subtle about
yes.
things, how you phrase things. Okay.
It's kind of a delicate balancing act, because otherwise you turn yourself into the villain. We've had that happen before. You have a blanket of anonymity whenever you are doing it, but if you go outright telling people, hey, I was poking around your head and there was some weird shit going on, you're not going to get a good response. So, with that information in mind, what do you do?
I'll just sit back and observe to see how the dream goes.
Ballistic, does anything further happen?
He continues on after touching his earring and just continues to mutter before he sees a figure in the distance on the ground.
Okay.
He goes forwards and then it's obscured because, like, the details are not fully there in his mind, but as he looks down at the figure, he just smirks to himself and says, "Perfect."
Can I roll perception to see what the thing he's talking about?
Go ahead, roll perception at disadvantage. It is a sandstorm, and, you are trying to observe something that the dreamer is not fully seeing either, and you see absolutely jack shit. So, it appears that there may not be much more to observe right now.
Alright, I'll go ahead and take my leave.
Also, for information for the people that will be having dreams, you can also just have, casual, like, vague dreams, like, the random teeth falling out, stuff like that happens, or just have, like, a nice dream where you're just sitting on a hillside reading a book. It all depends. I would say take all of your background information for your character into consideration whenever this happens. Like, Glace, I'm going to single you out on it. You had a huge traumatic event happen to you. Mm-hmm. You're going to be much more prone to PTSD dreams.
PTSD dream. I feel that, though, but yeah.
Same with Sawtooth and a couple of the other characters that I will not name. And I would say you can have normal dreams, but you are more likely to have not so normal dreams. Well, they would be normal for your character, but not pleasant for anybody else. That being said, you do have the one bubble left because Fair is still not here.
I'll go into the last bubble.
Okay. That would be your cue, Glace.
Ready. As you enter Glace's dream, you find yourself in a small little neighborhood. How houses are lined up and down a snow-covered street.
Hey,
At first,
you're too close to your mic, I think. It's...
sorry,
There we go.
this might be better.
Go ahead.
At first, it's hard to see properly, but as your eyes come into focus past all of the falling snow, you look down the street again and notice something is certainly wrong here. All along the street, the houses seem to be in terrible shape. Windows shattered, doors off their hinges. Some of the houses look like they've undergone some shoddy repair. But then it begins. You start to hear something in the air. First, it's almost unidentifiable. But after a while, you can tell it's some sort of song. Not one that truly exists, that has any form to it, as it changes in pitch and tone, melody and tempo so often, it's almost like it has no clue what it wants to be. But as it picks up, you hear Glace's voice as he screams a bloody scream in a nearby alleyway.
I will fly over there.
Hey, can I clear my voice? As you fly over to where you hear the scream, you end up spotting him. At the end of the road, Glace seems to be staring down some morphing horror. The entity doesn't have any form that's identifiable to you, almost as if the dream itself does not know what form the creature should take. It changes in size and weight, but you notice two forms that appear more often than in more solid a shape than any other. One vaguely resembling a siren, and the other a hydra. However, with every form, there's one constant with the creature that you realized as you were flying over. It was the source of the noise. You watch as Glace begins, in an absolute panic, to cast spell after spell, as he throws ice after ice at the creature. But for all you can tell, it seems to go through it harmlessly, as if it isn't even there. Glace seems to recognize this and crumples to the ground in defeat. Creature stays there, unmoving, but its form continues to go in and out.
So I am going to actually go ahead and grab an image of what is actually there, because those creatures do have pictures and they are pretty terrifying. Let's see. So that way people have more of a reference of what you're describing. There we go. That is a picture of a false hydra. So, go ahead and continue.
Where'd you send it?
The Heart of Darkness chat. Mostly because it's got, like, people's,
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will explain false hydras here in a minute, just because you know about them doesn't mean that you'll actually know what's happening until it's too late. But go ahead. Back to Glace. Is that all you had to say, or?
Yep, pretty much. The scene at this point is fairly unmoving. Seems almost defeated on the ground, and the creature doesn't seem to actually be doing anything of note.
I will also note that it can grow heads basically at will, to my understanding. So it doesn't keep the same number of necks, it changes back and forth. Each head can scream in somebody else's voice. Like the voice of the things that it's eaten.
Mm-hmm.
And basically what it does is sing, and everybody forgets everything going on, acts like everything that's happening is normal, until they're like, something breaks the song, and they realize they're the only one left alive, and cannot remember anybody else that ever lived there.
Fun.
For your more information for you, Hayes, you have no clue what you're looking at. But it is as terrifying as the picture I sent.
I tried to insert my will to dispel this creature from the dream.
Well, let's see if your wisdom roll can do it this time. Okay, so you are able to reshape the dream. How will you do that? I would suggest something like, peaceful, like a hill on a starry night or something along that lines.
I'm gonna probably do like a nice beach setting with the sun starting to set, with like little foals running around and playing.
Glace's reaction, go!
Glace, as this ground underneath him turns from snowy concrete to this sand, as he's now on the beach, looks up in kind of shock, and then looks around and sees you. What? What are you doing? What happened? Where's the creature?
The creature's gone now. I don't know what that thing was, but I knew it was very dangerous on your psyche, so I banished it.
He's already crumpled, but he kind of almost crumples more in kind of relaxation at the spot. Kind of like a weight has been lifted off him. Thank you.
I magically appear like a coconut with a straw, pass it to him, and saying, "Drink this. Enjoy your sleep."
Do you take your leave now?
When I take my leave.
Okay, so the last bubble left, because as far as I'm aware, Fair is not here yet, is the black one.
I go inside of it.
Give me just a... Let's wait a minute before the sirens go past,
It's
hopefully.
the Po-Po!
They found you.
Shit, they're after me. Run!
They've been going back and forth quite a bit today,
Yeah,
actually.
all day.
But, that's good enough. So, as you... Let's see... Give me just a second, I need to... Where is the song I'm looking for? Oh, it layered them over. So, as you step into the black bubble of some dreaming creature, the first thing you see is everything just has this dark, shadowy tint to it. Almost as if the world you're looking through, like, black lenses. Your movements are sluggish and slow. And as you look around, you see a world that looks like it has been, like, absolutely wrecked by war. You see creatures that you don't really have descriptions for, you don't really, like, they feel familiar, but not to you. You realize that rather than being outside and able to move freely, you've basically stepped into the shoes or hooves of the Dreamer.
Okay.
The Dreamer seems to be frantically casting a spell as you look at the throngs of monstrous creatures standing ready. And as you look to the horizon, you see an army. An army that seems to have no end crest the hill. As they as their march approaches, you look over the small horde of gathered creatures who are now nervously gripping weapons and beginning incantations for spells as various items just kind of materialize, everything from like small projectiles to large scale what appear to be summoned creatures. You continue chanting frantically when you feel a heavy hand on your shoulder as you look back at a white goat-like creature. The creature gives you a reassuring smile that you can see the grim strain of the anxiety of what is to come behind. Nonetheless, you feel slightly reassured as you continue your incantation. The oncoming army is now much closer. You recognize them as humans. They also have all forms of weaponry. And that's when the sky turns black with arrows. Your fellow monsters, as you now recognize yourself to be one of them, are cut down by the hundreds before the oncoming force clashes. You watch as explosions from magic and technology alike erupt. You see primitive hand grenades flying through the air. You watch as those that you recognize as close, though not to you personally, but to the Dreamer, as they die around you. Rather than leaving corpses, they turn to dust. You hear blood-curdling screams of the dying and the wounded, as eventually things begin to take a far worse turn as something from behind the human army raises up. A black form that has no particular shape. It seems to be made of some sort of black liquid, thick and viscous, as skull surfaces as the goo seems to drip from it. And a pair of green lights alight in the sockets, and it opens its mouth. Nothing seems to come out, but everything around you is just silenced. The silence is so deafening that it hurts. It feels as if your very heart has been stopped. And with that, you are jettisoned not only from the dream, but from the dream world. You do wake up in a cold sweat, and there's a thin line of black ooze coming from your mouth. Your party is around you. What do?
We need to leave.
Huh?
I have questions. I have answers. But I agree with Soph. We need to leave.
Icicle looks at her a bit skeptically and is like, "You're not seeing tentacles too, are you?"
Not for say. I'm not seeing tentacles.
What were you?
But I'm not.
Hold on.
seeing pleasant-
Cameo was trying to say something, but the mic
sorry.
kind of ate it. What were you saying?
There's
Hello?
Cameo?
The tragedy of
We're getting like the back half of what you're trying to say.
frigging Wally.
All I hear is cameo noises.
Sounds a bit like Eva right now from the Wally movie.
Eva.
Oh,
You try again?
alright. Anything?
Yes.
There we
can-
go.
can
Yeah,
hear
there we
you.
go.
What were you saying?
I said, I'm not sure if he's seeing tentacles or not, but I know there are things that I can see that you guys definitely haven't been able to see.
Are you sure we should leave? Because like this place seems like a nice fortress against
So
the mist stuff.
I'm gonna interrupt real quick. Hayes, go ahead and roll insight.
Okay. Where are you? No, that's history. Insight. Submit.
So, going off of what you saw last night, none of the scholars had any dream bubbles. So either every single one of them were awake, or they're not actually there. On top of that, you don't know whose dream bubble that was. You can attempt to describe parts of it if you want to break that anonymity to see if you can figure out who, if it was part of your party, it was, or like right now you just saw a very traumatic instance of a dream.
Right.
Someone or something is hurting very badly, and you weren't able to do anything about it.
I had a dream where I witnessed a horrifying battle and Eldritch horror, and I have a strong feeling that we have to go, and we have to go now. This place gives me the creeps. And I also add on so that my paladin, my brother paladin, will understand. I tell him not all the stars are shining in the sky.
Icicle's brows furrow, and he just says, "I see." If someone should look carefully, his eyebrows are also slightly frozen over.
That would require perception, but you would need to make that perception if you were actively looking at him and looking for that. So, Sawtooth, you cannot make that perception.
Perception 15. Not that I need to know.
Everybody make a different perception, though. This is for auditory. You are listening for sound.
Am I actively doing it, or?
What is your passive perception?
15.
How did you...
Oh, okay.
You want to see my stat block?
No, I was looking at cameos who rolled 3 times 18 to 18.
Either take the first or the last one. I don't care.
Ballistic hears absolutely nothing. Sawtooth, you don't notice the sound either, but
Okay.
I will let... Link, what is your passive perception?
Well,
Okay. Hayes's should also be a 12 if I remember
Yes.
the calculation correctly,
Mhm.
which you technically... Wait, you had advantage because bat ears.
Yeah.
So, for Cameo and Win, you two hear the sound of shuffling, like, it sounds like people are moving somewhere in a rush, but it's not very loud. You know, considering they all wear cloth and don't have soled shoes. But it does sound like a large group of people are moving somewhere in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
I am not liking the sound of that.
Okay,
I will,
so
I
at
will
least...
kind of what?
that they are moving away from y'all.
Yeah, at least they're
Yeah,
not...
it makes it
going
even
towards
worse.
us. Oh, wait. No, this is good, because, like, they're going away. It's like a big group of people going away from us. Like, we don't have to worry about it.
We have to leave.
Wait, what are you hearing?
There's just some footsteps. It's like a big group of people.
These aren't even actual people, but they're all going away from us as if they know something we don't. We have to get out of here fast.
Okay, I'm with Murmur here.
Icicle just nods in agreement.
I like the comfort of the area that we're in right now.
I will.
You're not going to be
No.
comfy when you know that these things literally aren't actual people.
So what if they're not
What
actual
is wrong
people?
with you?
And have they tried to hurt us yet?
Exactly.
Okay, I wouldn't ignore the dream that Hayes had. Dreams, especially for, you know, Luna people, can have, like, more important meanings to them. So, like, don't take this lightly.
If it requires the party's safety, I'll personally knock the both of you out and will carry you out here.
Well, I'll tell you what. And I look at Icicle. I promise not to get in the way, so I will follow around for now.
What are you looking at me for? Do you want to become friends?
Icicle. Oh, I'm sorry.
Clay.
Hold on. Repeat that line because I did not hear it.
What?
Ballistic. Repeat the line. I missed it.
Icicle just said, why are you looking at me? Do you want to become friends or something?
I thought we were already friends. We're pretty good friends, huh, you and me?
Yeah. So why are you looking at me?
Oh, I'm just acknowledging, you know.
That sounded like a really positive threat, Icicle.
No, it's not a threat. Just wondering why he's looking at me. That's all. I mean, like, good golly, Willikin Wilkers. I just want to know why he's
I
looking.
hope the Dreadlord isn't coming towards us.
All I know is that I have been asked to not get, I have been asked certain requirements, and I am just acknowledging them.
Okay, you guys can stay and argue, but I'm gonna leave.
Everybody,
This
I
place is
follow you.
particularly valuable to us, but I'm also willing to listen to warnings and find out what's going on actually here.
Hello?
Hello?
So, We're waiting to see what. I was waiting to see what you guys decided to do.
I start leaving. I walk away whether anyone's following me or not. Like, okay, let's get out of here.
Okay.
The moment they started talking
As soon as
is
Saw
the
leaves,
moment I was like, fuck them.
Okay. So for who all is leaving and who all isn't leaving?
I'm
I'm assuming with me and the Edge just leaving.
So is anybody
Murmur,
staying?
Saw, and I left.
No.
No one's staying.
Okay.
no one's staying.
So as you guys get out, I am assuming you are headed for the front door?
Mm-hmm. It's just all moving up.
So as you guys head out, you see that all of the scholars, like all of them, have crowded at the just outside the front door. And
Yeah.
there appears to be a fairly large group of humanoid-shaped creatures out there as well. All of them are heavily armored, faceplates down, like you can't see skin on these either. But there seems to be a heated exchange happening. If you could hear it.
I roll perceptions to hear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Go ahead.
If the shit bothers to load.
Perception. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Another 6. I guess
So-
12 because Cassidy.
Strain as you might, it only seems to be indistinct sounds. They don't actually seem to be talking about anything. However, Sawtooth, you do hear the sound of a single individual's thundering hooves. Small, probably about the same size as you, but it's coming from behind. And it seems the force sounds like they're galloping, but the frequency sounds like they are very slowly sneaking.
I turn around and draw my knife.
So as you turn around, there's a familiar figure in slow motion headed your direction. Gaster is currently moving at a snail's pace, but appears to be in a panicked dead sprint towards the
my
door. His pupils, their normal cool purple hue, are now pinpricks of white light, which, if you remember from your previous encounters with him, generally means some sort of distress.
Put my dagger away. Gaster, what's going on? What are you doing here?
He currently does not seem to be responding. He is still moving in very slow motion. Within the span of about 5 minutes, it looks like he will get about a tenth of the way down the hallway towards the door.
Can I pick him up and take him with me so we can go back?
After that
Jeez.
interruption. So any attempts to move him will require a strength roll.
Okay.
Who's that?
Strength. Oh, he's an old friend from a previous adventure. He helped us along the way so much. Like, I don't think we would have survived without him. And then he tried to kill us, but that's a different story. Hold up.
Also roll insight.
Sure. I'm sorry, I can't find strength all of a sudden. Oh, it's one of the big ones. I'm sorry. Okay. Alright. Oh, bad strength roll. But my insight, I have double proficiency, so it's gonna be plus 4 to this. Oh.
So you are convinced this is the exact same Gaster that you knew from your world.
Oh, why wouldn't it be?
Saw was already convinced of that.
It's not really-
I feel like that goes without saying.
As for your strength, try as you might, he is not budging. In fact, any attempt you made to move him doesn't even seem to have moved his clothing.
Okay, someone help. This is my friend. We have to help him get to safety.
We do? We
Yeah.
could just, like, leave him. I mean,
Does
how
anybody
good
have
was he?
a passive perception above 14 besides Win?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay, so when being distracted with the oncoming skeleton unicorn, you do note that the exchange, still indistinct, no real words being said, is becoming more and more heated.
Mm-hmm.
Icicle, like, come on. If you're gonna be like that, then this guy's gonna be a very powerful ally to us if we can help him out. Trust me, he's not a force you want to mess with.
Come to think of it, have we ever actually touched one of these beings?
Nope. Nobody
Okay.
has tried to touch them.
Well, I'm going to attempt to walk through the gate.
So
Or I guess the door.
you start walking, trying to go through the door, and it's almost like there's a solid barrier there. Like, you tried to walk through glass.
Okay. Did I hit anybody on the way, or was the glass before people?
They're all outside on the steps.
Oh, so, okay.
And as you are watching, the armored figures draw their weapons and begin attacking the scholars.
To be expected. Anyway, I turn back and I say, well, it looks like, we're about time for battle. I mean, if, those knightly figures get through the armored ones. I mean,
What?
just a thought.
Is
Knightly
this a reenactment of a nightmare?
What was that, Cameo?
In character, I was asking if it was a reenactment of a nightmare.
Did anyone dream about this?
I'll make a wisdom save.
Why?
I want to know if I'm still stuck in the dream.
So, you don't feel... It doesn't feel like the dream realm. But nightmare would not be far off. You just don't have control of anything here, in that sense.
Must be the nightmare realm.
Also, everybody roll dexterity.
Oh god. Is it a saving throw?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Dexterous I am.
Wow. Hey, it's weird seeing a 1 for Dex. Oof.
Yeah, you know what? I wasn't gonna send the stat block, but now I'm gonna send the stat block. That's what I'm working with. For a cleric.
Shit.
You gotta be kidding me!
Shit! 19?
Jesus, man! I wish I had those things.
Man.
I mean, obviously switch to strength and intelligence, but still. Hey.
You're a buff boy.
Mhm.
Okay. So, for...
I die.
Let's see. For wind and up, you guys get pelted with a fairly large amount of debris as large rocks are hurled through the roof of the cathedral.
Okay, it may have started.
It doesn't feel as painful as it should be, but you do end up taking 4 points of damage from debris. Glace, you still take 4 points of damage, but you are now pinned under a section of roof. And Murmur, you take 8 and are also pinned.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Gaster is completely unharmed and still attempting to make it to the door at a dead sprint, moving on almost imperceptible pace. Like, you can tell he's moving, but only because if you look back at him, he is slightly further than he was before.
I fly over to help Murmur.
All you need to do is roll a strength roll.
Hmm. I'm gonna telekinesis some stuff off of me.
That would be an intelligence roll, because you're using magic, not strength.
Mhm.
Okay.
There we go.
So you are able to both move the debris. Is Murmur still conscious?
Oh yeah. Remember, full health. Still conscious.
So now I need everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw. As the place just kind of progressively becomes more and more destroyed. Flames are erupting everywhere. The armored figures have come crashing through the gate.
I sort of figured.
That's what we get for arguing the whole time.
Well, I had a peace domain feature I wanted to pop, but I don't know if it's more of like an action. Yeah, as an action. So like.
So
They got higher than I did,
see,
Cameo.
dexterity. Okay, that's the start of my wisdoms.
I guess we both go first.
So everybody blacks out,
Mm-hmm.
and you wake up in your room. Everything is perfectly fine. Nothing seems to be going on. It just almost seems like everything has reset.
Interesting. This didn't happen yesterday.
What?
Or maybe it's 2 days ago now.
Guys, I just had the craziest dream. We were all like... I don't even know how to...
I'm guessing armor has something to do with it? Did armor have something to do with it, Saw?
It was... Gaster was there, but the whole place started crumbling, and there was rocks, and Murmur got stuck, and it was awful.
There are those two, like, ponies arguing, weren't there? Well, creatures arguing, weren't there?
Yeah, no, that wasn't a dream, guys. And Glace shows basically the little bit of wound that he got on the leg from the crushing rubble.
Yes, you are still wounded.
Oh!
That was not a dream.
That's no good.
But
Yeah.
It might be us stuck in a nightmare loop.
Interesting.
Think about it. The mist makes people's nightmares become a reality.
Alright, who's got that dastardly mind that just made that happen?
yeah,
I'm
this-
looking at you, and I point to Sawtooth.
Well, no, my dream was something entirely different. I can't remember what it was right now, but it wasn't that. Trust me.
I step in between Sawtooth and shit, your name.
When
Okay. When and be like, hey, back off.
All I'm saying is that, you know, we just, brain gone.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel you.
I back off.
Maybe this
Mhm.
place isn't as safe as we thought.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Perhaps
we're
it's a nightmare
continuing.
of that, what, Gaster fellow you called him? Because it doesn't seem to be familiar to any of us.
Can you say that again? I think you're a bit too close to your microphone again.
Perhaps there's a nightmare of that, what'd you call him, Gaster fellow? That doesn't seem, if it's not familiar to any of us.
So the Gaster wasn't a dream either. That's true. I wonder if that was Gaster's nightmare. Either way, I don't feel safe here anymore.
I don't feel so good.
We're leaving, and we're gonna leave the opposite way this time.
You guys don't want to do any investigation and get to the bottom of this case?
If it happens again, we will. But my every instinct is to leave.
There's no reward for us staying here, but I mean, like, I really like your bravery for wanting to stay here. Of course, yeah.
So,
Good practice.
DM needs a bathroom break.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have a short break so the
I need
DM
food.
can empty his bladder.
I didn't need to know what it was.
Feel free to yammer on while I am gone. I'm also going to insert an ad.
Oh, smart.
Oh, I thought
Good.
we had our ad for water about to go. Dang.
Yeah.
Tasted water. The only kind of water you should be drinking.
It's the tastiest water you'll ever find.
No, untasted, please.
Are
Try
you bored?
cactus juice.
No.
It won't quench you.
No.
Yes, you got it.
Are you bored of that normal unflavored water? Is Kool-Aid just too sugary for you?
Have
Have-
tea!
Then
I'll throw the freaking tea stuff at you. Just have some.
have our water. It tastes exactly like water.
Ew.
With her patented dirt formula.
You can have it be brown too.
I feel like a Kelpie shouldn't be doing a water advertisement. That's just sort of weird.
Kelpies do need to drink water. Fun fact.
That's like a pony doing a Flash advertisement. Sponsored by Flash.
That's disturbing.
Sponsored by Rainbow.
No.
Wait.
Dude, that's like saying fish shouldn't drink water. Fish do drink water. They do drink water.
Oh,
Where did they
Interesting.
get the water from? Like, I mean the fresh, the water. I don't mean like the
Costco,
salt water,
probably.
because that's salt water.
They get it from shit like rain and stuff. Like, goddamn, dude.
I have returned.
good to know.
DM was drinking
You-
water, so DM had to go to the bathroom.
See, he even supports the product.
Hydrate before you dihydrate.
Huh. Wait, so how does a Kelpie drink? Like, what separates drink water from physical being water?
Once they drink, it is their being.
Osmosis, dude. Osmosis.
This is like, how do I bring up to Murmurs, like, how do you see everybody in the party on a silver platter with knife and fork?
I'm
Can
sorry,
we
I did not understand shit of what you just said.
Don't
Can we prolong these shenanigans long enough for me to go get some water down the hall? Because it's all the way down the hall.
Can you do so quickly?
Very.
Okay, I will insert another ad while you're at it.
Drink our water. It's free, and it's from the tap of Hoof.
Wisdom.
No, you don't drink
I know
tap
they
water.
can't hear us. I know they can't hear us, but I think it's still funny.
Well, I'm just making sure you understood that I was actually inserting an ad.
Yeah, the ads aren't always consistent though. Like, what happens for someone who has YouTube Premium? Like, do they just hear what other people don't, or does it pause and play?
I'm pretty sure it just keeps going, which is why I don't insert any ads while we're actually playing.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that for certain, but I think it would work more along the lines of, like, at the... Basically, whenever it's... Ooh, excuse me. Whenever it's uploaded, it'll pause the stream, throw it in there, and then go back to the stream. But to my understanding, YouTube Premium people just don't see it, and what we would have gotten in ad revenue, we actually end up getting more, and it goes to the creator.
I mean, I could check it. I just gotta go to my laptop because I stepped away from it.
That's up to you. But for now, we're just going to continue stalling for time for...
There is no need.
Oh, you're back?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
So,
talkers.
we're going to pick up where we left off. You guys are still in the room together. Although I think... Murmur, did you actually leave said room?
Yep.
Okay, so Murmur has left. We'll give Murmur a moment. What is Murmur doing? Or does Murmur want to do anything in particular?
Murmur is looking around to see if they can see Gaster or any of anything else, because frankly, they know the students are not actual students. But
So-
obviously they're going to be in student disguise, though, because they can see the truth that way.
The scholars are doing scholar things again. They're basically like acting like nothing ever changed.
One of those repeating nightmares.
You do note, though, that some of them are doing things that they weren't doing when you guys got there. It does seem like several stacks of books that were taller when you initially saw them is also, for the most part, it looks like you went farther back in time than you were forward. For all intents and purposes.
Is an odd, right?
Now, for the party, the rest of the party. You guys are still sitting in a room arguing with each other. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna follow after Murmur and see if I can ask some of the students here what the heck is going on.
Okay.
I'm gonna check out the entrance. If anyone wants to come with me to see what just happened there and find out where Gaster is potentially.
So move your characters to a different bedroom if you are going to be in different places from the rest of the party. Or like different room in general.
Okay, so I'm going to the entrance.
I'll put mine with Murmur then.
That's what this room is for, I guess.
Okay. When are you just sitting with the poo-brained fair?
Yep.
Okay.
Someone's gotta keep watch.
So,
I'm also.
we're gonna start with Sawtooth. Sawtooth, you don't know where Murmur is because Murmur is currently disguised, but you do, whenever you approach one of the scholars, they stop what they're doing and greet you warmly. What do you ask?
Do you know what the heck happened earlier with the place crumbling and stuff?
They pause for a moment and ask, "What are you talking about? Is it the madness again?"
No, everyone else saw it too. It was, maybe you think it was a dream, but it wasn't a dream.
The hooded figure shakes its head and says, "Nobody had any dreams of anything like crumbling or breaking or whatever. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Can I roll perception on them?
What are you trying to perceive?"
Anything out of the ordinary.
You can roll perception for like looking at them, and insight would be trying to like judge emotional states, stuff like that.
I'm gonna do insight. Double proficiency, does that mean I take my proficiency bonus times 2 and add that to it?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
My
Okay,
brain
so
skipped a beat there. Yes.
this plus 4 then, 18.
Okay. So wait, it would be plus 2. You're already proficient in insight. You would be adding another, because times 2 is
Oh, okay,
2.
16 then, sorry.
Yeah. So, despite the lack of features, as far as you can tell, this entity is not lying to you. It does seem genuinely confused.
Okay. Have you seen any skeleton ponies around here recently?
The entity looks mildly surprised and says, "Oh, you've seen the headmaster."
Lanky, sort of bonish fella with glowing eyes?
The entity nods and says, "Yes, that's the headmaster."
Do you think I could talk with Headmaster?
Oh, he's very busy.
This is important.
And he is busy with an important business.
What if it was like life and death? Because I think it might be.
The entity shakes its head and says, "I'm sorry, but I cannot interrupt him."
Where is he?
The entity shakes its head and says, "I'm afraid I cannot tell you, because otherwise you might try and interrupt him."
At this point, I get really frustrated and grab his shoulders and shake him. And I say, "You better tell me where it is. This is where he is. This is important."
"Unhand me, you couth." I think I used that word wrong. Either way, basically you get insulted and told to unhand him, but you do feel like this entity feels rather light for what it should be, but it does feel solid.
Huh.
You also, despite getting up close and personal, still do not see anything in the hood.
That's range.
Uncouth. I was looking for uncouth, something like that.
Oh, I see. We both look for the definition, huh?
All three of you had to
Oh
dictionary
my
check
god.
this.
Can I roll Arcana?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Despite your previous history as a sorcerer, this doesn't make sense to you either.
Well, I don't care what you say. I'm gonna search out and find him. I walk away towards, Can I get a map of the place? Any doors that look like they might be more significant than the others?
Are you asking me, the DM, or are you asking...
Oh, DM. I want to look around and see if there's a door, or what doors.
So I don't actually have a map set up for the academy because it's meant to be larger than I want to put a map together for. But I will tell you that from where you are and the areas that you are basically being allowed into, everything looks very samey. All the doors look very nondescript, except for a large pair of doors in what would be the back area of the academy that are guarded by no less than 4 of the entities, and any attempts to get into it, they will keep shooing you away.
I look around to see if there's any secure spots where I can be by myself for a bit. Unseen, basically.
Okay.
Should I roll something?
Roll stealth.
Okay. Oof. Basically, I want to find a secure corner, morph into one of the entities, and try to get by the doors that way.
So, when you attempt to hide, you see a group of scholars walking past, and you loudly announce, "I am not hiding!" Give me just a sec to...
I'm losing it.
I am multitasking, sorry. And let's see if they respond. Apparently, they just do not give a shit whether or not you are not hiding.
Oh, that's convenient.
So, I look around, and just think to myself, okay, whatever. And I
Nailed it.
I morph into one of them to see if they react to that.
I don't know what
Heard
went
that.
wrong either, Derpy. I don't know either.
Okay. You are currently being stared down by no less than 8 of them as they crowd around you asking how you did that. You are basically boxed into a corner. From there, we are going to jump over to Glace. Glace, what were you doing?
I'm gonna go to the front entrance and I'm going to basically observe it for anything like this place should be crumbled down. And is that actually still like that?
Do you actually try to leave the...
I guess I would... After I do that, I would eventually want to check outside for signs of the battle, yes.
So you do attempt to leave, and you are able to perfectly fine. Looking around outside, looks perfectly normal. Nothing, no signs of battle, no signs of the armored entities, and, you know, it's kind of a pleasant twilight evening. Kind of evening-y feel right now.
This doesn't seem right at all. I guess I'll have to go and try and find someone to tell that to.
Okay. Icicle, what were you doing? Ballistic, I think you're muted.
Sorry, what?
What are you doing now?
Icicle is just trying to get back some rest that he lost before.
Okay. Go with Win. You are also separate. What are you doing right now? Win? Are you muted? Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next person, Hayes.
Hey, I want to write down the notes from the dreams I had from each of my party members. Just to be like trying to figure out questions I want to ask them later and how to ask them.
Okay, so you're recording the dreams that you saw?
Yeah, and then I want to forcefully put myself to sleep to enter the dream realm to try to snoop around later.
Okay, so we're going to put a pin in that for the moment and shift over to Murmur. What is Murmur doing? Murmur has shifted all the way around the map, so I assume that there's thoughts there.
Yes, I am still looking around to see if I could find Gaster or anything. Do I end up actually finding whatever the fuck happened to Sawtooth?
You do. You actually get to. You are on your way through as Sawtooth loudly announces that he is not hiding, transforms in front of everyone, and gets boxed into a corner.
Come on.
From your perspective, though, it seems very purposeful boxing. Like they are trying to keep him isolated at the moment.
My jaw kind of hangs for a moment, and I'm just like, no. This entire place is a fucking illusion. No, what? That couldn't be that fucking. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna join this box and just see if that's actually For a quick second there. I do my best to copy their movements exactly like how they're doing it, just keeping in the box type method.
So, as far as you can tell, it probably is actually him. He is currently being basically forced into the corner by the other scholars. Sawtooth, do you keep the scholar form or do you give up because you've already been found out?
I keep the scholar form, and at this point, I rush them and try to squish between them and just get confused so that people won't remember which target they're looking towards.
Go ahead and roll. Let's have you roll acrobatics.
Oh, actually, yeah, this is good. This is good. Oh no!
Yeah,
Why?
You are currently grabbed by the entire group, with the exception of Murmur, and dragged off to a separate room where you are shut in with them. They are now conducting studies.
Get ready to be dissected.
Oh, welcome back.
Yeah, sorry. I went to go heat up my noodles because they weren't warm enough, and I haven't had dinner yet.
Okay. All good.
Yeah, I did want to. I guess I kind of had a plan, but then the whole noodle thing.
We'll get to you after Murmur.
Of course.
Party.
Oh, Murmur, what do?
Shit, that was him. That was actually him. Oh, fuck. Fuck! Oh, shit, did anyone hear that?
Go ahead. Roll perception. Murmur?
Yeah, I have it. If this thing rolls... Really?
As far as you can tell, nobody saw it.
I take a deep breath and regain my composure. And I look around and see the double doors. I have absolutely no willpower to deal with this right now. I am going to go and tell the other, fuck this shit. I say that in my head though. I don't curse it out loud. And then I kind of gallop into the other room in hopes that, the others are fucking there.
So, to my understanding, the only one there is a poo-brained fair. So, we're gonna take a moment to give Win his turn.
Okay. So my primary goal is just go to the, I guess, worship room or whatever, and see if I can, pray to Cadence to see if I can, get any explanation for what the hell just happened.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a d100.
Okay.
Ooh, fun.
34.
No, nothing. So I will tell you that is going to be treated basically like a divine intervention. You need a 99 or higher.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
You are only level 3. You do not have much of anything when it comes to that.
Yeah, worth a shot.
Your prayers have been heard. They just haven't been answered.
Anyway, I'm going to, on my way back, if I pass by a scholar or something, like attempt to shake their, I guess, hand them a book or something, just to like see if they're actual, like, physical beings.
So, all you're gonna do is hand them a book?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, they seem to take it with no issue.
Okay.
As you're
Not
leaving,
a single one wrote him for his bad book choice.
no comments or anything. They take the book, but as you are leaving, I'd imagine that you are still observing. Yes, no, maybe.
Yes.
So as you are leaving, though, the book just kind of disappears.
Interesting.
They don't go to move to do anything with it. It just vanishes.
Alright, I guess I'll leave it at that for now.
Are you going to return to the room?
Yep.
Okay. Glace, are you also planning to return to the room? I believe you are muted because, there we go.
Yeah, I was planning on going back to Murmur to find people to tell that to.
So, we're gonna move you all into the room for now, just to signify that you guys have headed that way.
Alright.
So, let's see. Icicle, what were you doing again? You were sleeping, right?
I believe so, yes.
Ballistic,
Yeah?
you were sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Or you should have stayed in here then.
I didn't move myself, so I thought I was still in there.
No, in here.
Oh.
Basically, you didn't leave the room.
Oh, okay, sorry, my bad.
Honestly.
I have you on the bed so that I remember that you are sleeping.
Okay, sorry, my bad.
So, Sawtooth?
Yeah.
You spend about 3 hours of rigorous physicals and having to transform over and over because, they're not letting you out unless you do it. You now have a level of exhaustion when they finally let you out. And it appears that there are more guards on the door that you were attempting to infiltrate into.
So that's what you guys are students of. You probe any weird people that happen to come by your place.
Yes, very violating. What do?
I look at the door that I tried to enter earlier. Are there still 2 guards?
Oh no,
There are more.
there's a lot more. There's a total of 8 guards.
What form am I in now?
We'll say you left in your bug form.
Okay. Can I go back to Pegasus?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess I should return to the rooms and meet up with the party.
Let's see.
There you are. Where are you off to?
Oh, there's not
Where
that
were-
one.
Man.
So, if you look up exhaustion, you're currently at level 1, disadvantage on ability checks. And
Oh yeah.
if I remember correctly, this is until I can't remember if it's long or short rest.
I think it's long rest.
I am going to rule long because short rest isn't necessarily sleep. It's just let's sit here for like 5 minutes. It's longer than that, but until you have a long rest, you are going to be stuck with this.
Yeah, it is a long rest normally anyway. So
Character sheets come with a built-in explanation as you go up the exhaustion levels. It explains each new thing, which is really cool. I appreciate
That's
that.
good. It'll make things easier for you.
Yeah. So I get back to the room and I say, well, it turns out the headmaster here is Gaster, at least I think. But they don't let you see him. It's heavily guarded, and I couldn't get past the guards.
Oh, geez, I wonder why. It's almost as if he made a fucking announcement on it.
Wait, what? How did you know about that?
You're a loud dumbass. That's how I know.
I checked the room. No one was there but the... Oh... You sly little... You were one of them, weren't you?
I pull him to just outside the room just to talk to him. Just pull him outside of the room just to talk to him.
So at this point I flush as I realized that they probably saw me transform.
Right, take him out back and shoot him.
shoot him.
They're selling this in the alley.
Ugh.
Oh, shoot.
No, I was one of them, because unlike you, I actually know how to sneak around, you dumbass.
Okay, what all did you see?
I saw you transform and get cornered. And then you tried to be an idiot and bum rush through and they dragged you away.
Dang it. I was just... Okay, well now you know, but I was just trying to get to Gaster.
How the... You know what? I have 1,000,001 questions for you, but I doubt you'll actually be able to answer because that's how fucking stupid you are.
It's not usually like this. I'm usually better. It's just this place is really getting to me.
This is a nightmare realm. We're in the fucking mist. Of course it's not gonna be fucking easy.
Then why are you blaming me?
Because you fucking loudly announced it, dumbass!
I wasn't trying to.
Never, ever, ever in your fucking life announce that you'll shapeshift. Ever! You hear that? Ever!
I'm sorry.
Oh, man, if person was... You know what? I'm not gonna bother with you. No.
Wait, what did you say? You got muffled there.
I'm not gonna bother with you. I'm just not. No. Just nope all across. You know what? Actually, do I have a pen or any form of ink?
Wait, why?
You want me the others do?
I believe.
Hey, who wants ink here?
I can't make out what you're saying.
Ink.
I'm asking the others for ink.
Yeah, sure. And Glace will hand over some.
No, we're in a different room right now.
No. We're right next to the door, dude.
Oh, they heard?
I literally went to them to ask them for ink.
Oh, okay. That's the part I didn't hear. Sorry. Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so I get the ink, then I go to you and write on your forehead, no. Just straight up, no. And then return the bottle of ink. Thank you.
Come on. Okay, are we in private yet?
Now
As
that
the door will be.
Okay. Come on. When's the last time... Oh, we're in here now? Okay.
yeah, because I'm returning the bottle.
So I'm just gonna sulk in the corner now.
Is that your new name?
Hmm?
Is that your new name? No.
I don't want to talk about it.
Ah. But, like, I think it is.
Not.
Out of character, thank gosh the bad pony was asleep. If you guys didn't go out that far.
No, see, but no, it's like on your head. It's labeling, you know.
I try to wipe it off. What happens?
Since it wasn't dry, you now have a very black forehead.
Oh, I see. This is all one of them ruses, huh? Name wasn't accurate.
My name's not No. My name did not change.
Is it Black Blob now? Like, you know somebody named Bob. Honestly, like, you're
I'm
looking like a
still
Bob
Sawtooth.
now.
If you call me anything other than Sawtooth, I swear.
No.
What? Are you trying to? Are you referring to me? Or?
That is for you to decide.
Leave me alone.
This is amazing.
Oh my god, that was perfect. Oh wow.
I sulk
Okay.
some more.
I look around the room, and that's how it normally goes.
So, for the most part, you guys are all in the room now. What do?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you are all in the room. Is everybody headed to bed now? People keep laying in beds.
That's just where the corners happen to be, and I want to sulk.
Oh, I'm grabbing a pillow to scream into.
Speaking of screaming, my cat's screaming. I'll be right back.
I think I heard that.
I'm gonna grow some herbs using my racial abilities. Just in the carpet.
Wait, what? Does anyone know ancient alicorn aside from me? Guys,
What?
just what I meant.
No.
Ancient Alicorn? What did I miss?
I'm asking, what languages y'all know?
Oh, I know, Ponish, and, something else, I think. Maybe.
I mean, I've tried to communicate with you before, but whatever that, I can't even say TV static because it won't make sense.
Wait, I think I do know some Ancient Alicorn. Yeah.
What?
Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I gave that one to you because.
It came in handy. I mean, we came across it a lot, me and Fair, on our last adventure. What? I was out for a bit. What did I miss? What is the Ancient Alicorn to do with anything?
Why?
It's just me pressing into the freaking pillow.
Hold on, I am trying to do a thing.
I know, it's scaring me.
What was that? Oh.
Oh, I see.
Cool. Look at all these rolls.
Got more rolls here than Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
Food.
For a moment, I'm just still just screaming into the pillow before suddenly just throwing it behind me and then kicking it so it gets sent flying.
Oh
know?
no, I'm right behind you.
Try to catch it.
We good.
I'm just gonna telekinesis catch the pillow.
Yeah, can I try to catch it?
It was aimed at you, Sawtooth.
Oh. Okay. So I attempt to catch it. What should I roll?
Roll. Just roll dexterity.
Okay.
Fun fact, despite the fact that you're right behind me, because of the added height of the bed, unless I kick that thing, it would just fly over your head.
I mean, you're both
good,
on
good.
beds because beds are in corners.
Yeah.
So
Not
you're
for
on
me.
level playing field. So you're Sawtooth. You get beamed in the
No,
face.
I'm
with
talking
pillow.
about.
Oh, Glace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sawtooth, you get beamed in the face with a pillow.
Frustratingly, I grab the pillow and scream into it, and then I go, "Huh? I guess it does kind of help a bit."
You know, watch out for the ink on your head. Okay? Did you stain the pillow? Do we have to make this a big deal now?
Did I stain the pillow?
You did stain the pillow because the ink still was not dry. And,
Damn it.
you know, smooth carapace.
Whoa, ignore that.
No, I'm a Pegasus fan right now.
I meant to hit the. I don't even
Yeah.
know.
It happens.
Where did that come from?
Nice.
There are a lot of buttons, and they are not
Yeah.
the best, like, shaped buttons.
Mm-hmm.
They're not good indicators of what's actually happening.
Yeah, I was gonna look at it because I was curious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This has been a train wreck.
So, is this the point where the party goes to sleep for the night?
Well, I have a report
Yeah.
for the train wreck remark.
Oh.
No, I think it's just been another one of the days, you know. I mean, it's the mist. It's kind of mystical, so...
Wait, did you say no as in no, or were you trying to say my name again?
I just look back at him with a little grin on my face. Shit-eating grin, actually.
Is there
Figure
a
it out.
secondary pillow on the bed? Really quick. Just
No, there was only one pillow. You're not in that fancy of a place.
okay. I grab the blanket then and go over to him.
Okay, let's try this again, Win. What's my name?
No.
Answer me. Say my name.
No.
I throw the blanket over him.
I can't tell if you're...
I grab onto the blanket as hard as I can, and I'm just, like, clamping down on it. This is mine now. I sleep here.
I'm not leaving until you get this right. What's my name? Say it.
Oh, you're sleeping next to me? Guys, he's sleeping next to me.
What?
No,
No,
he's sleeping next to me.
no,
Ooh.
I'm not. Because
Yeah, you keep saying your name. Why do you keep saying your name?
No.
Uh-huh.
Stop.
Exactly.
No.
Yes. Uh-huh.
No.
I want
Get
to
it
go
right.
to the next
Sawtooth.
room.
It's Sawtooth. It's Sawtooth. Please. So basically, I'm just a mess on the ground at this point. Please just say it.
Icicle looks up groggily and says, "Why are you all being so loud, if I may ask? Just
Not being
wondering."
I'm not being loud.
And also, why is No on the ground and crying so heavily?
Not you too. No.
Yes! You got it! Very good!
I have to go. I'm gonna sleep in a different room too. Just utterly defeated.
No, you're utterly no.
I wake up and I say, "Will y'all shut the fuck up?"
No!
Oh, actually,
Did you hear that?
when I'm in the room, I morph into the same form, except I have Sawtooth written on my forehead. And I go back to when, hey, if you're so good at reading, what does it say now? I'm talking to Win.
Win has fallen asleep.
I hate
He
this
is.
place.
There is a blanket on the ground that he's on the laying on the ground, clutching the blankets like super hard so that nobody pulls it off.
I hate this place so much. I
Don't
just
worry,
go back.
Sawtooth. They'll remember your name tomorrow.
I hope
probably.
they better. They better.
So,
I believe it is nighttime.
I'm gonna go ahead. We'll stop that one. So, we're gonna jump over to Haze. Same bubbles as last time. You don't have to invade everybody's bubbles this time. Just the ones that you think you can get information from, or if you're searching for one in particular, let me know. The black one will, like I said, be the signifying of the end of the dream walking sequence.
Okay. I'm going to go for Saw, Murmur, and then Leo.
Leo?
Yeah, black one.
Okay. Saw, Murmur, which one are you doing first?
Let's go Saw.
Okay. Let's see.
No!
No. Okay, so you enter Saw's dream, and you see them in their Pegasus form, looking at a mirror. You see the ink blotch on their forehead start to grow and become more inky, and it starts to spread across the body and just flow all over the place in a huge icky mess. And Sawtooth starts sinking into the ground, which is now made of ink, as dozens of hooded students from the hooded entities from earlier start approaching and circling in on him and getting closer and closer.
I'm going to I want to afflict my will on this world.
What's that?
I want to try to forcibly change it.
Okay, go ahead.
13.
Oh, you already did. Yeah, I'm going to say that fails.
Okay.
Exerting your will on somebody else's dreamscape is not an easy task.
At this point, one of the hooded students, a flame consumes them, and they morph to reveal that it is Murmur. And Murmur just stands there, looking disapprovingly, and walks away while the rest of the hooded figures get ever closer.
I will allow one more attempt to change it.
Okay.
You can still influence the dream by talking to the dreamer. It might be able to help calm them, but to forcibly change something to a more...
Okay. Saw, can you hear me?
Can you get them away from me?
I can try.
They're not what they look like.
You can roll a wisdom save again to try and...
Nope.
Nope. Same roll. Good job. So, The entities are still closing in on Sawtooth.
Didn't
You can attempt to physically intervene, but good luck.
Not much good, are you?
Thanks. No.
No.
I tell Saw to shit. I want to physically interact with Saw.
I will say that if you don't think you can intervene, leaving is also an option, because technically he won't remember it in the morning.
That's true. Alright, I'll jump over to Murmur.
Don't leave me. Don't. I need help.
Before I leave, I just whisper sorry and leave.
Okay. Murmur, your turn. Let's see if the paladin botches this one too.
You see, again, just darkness. The floor doesn't feel right again. But this time you're hearing what basically sounds like a stampede overhead.
I head towards the sounds.
The closer you get to it, the more you start to hear voices. But it's hard to tell what they're saying. They're saying a lot of different things at once. But then you hear two familiar voices. The two grubs from before.
I head over to the.
Yeah, go.
I head over to the grubs.
When you go to the grubs, you see them on top of another one. And you realize all around you, even though it's still dark, you realize you're feeling like you're being watched. The stampeding sound basically stops, but you can't necessarily tell anything else around what's going on. As the two grubs are on top of the third one, you hear them saying, "Your shapeshifting sucks!" And it's like, dang, you're not one of us. Can't even do anything right. And that's when you realize the colors between the grubs.
Color of the grubs?
So two of them are white with like bluish gray spots on top, and the one that they're on top of is purple with pink spots on top.
Would I put two and two together that this is you
Roll
and
insight.
Saw? Okay. Insight. Submit.
You know exactly who.
Nice.
Within reason, you know exactly who is who, so you know which one is Murmur.
Can I look at my hoof to see if I'm Murmur in this stream?
Is
Or
this
wrong.
third person right now?
When you look at yourself, you don't actually look like Murmur. You actually look like Sawtooth.
Okay.
Before anything continues, you hear a voice in the back it's the queen. And then the room becomes clear. It's a training ground. There are a bunch of various types of training equipment, punching bags, all that sort of stuff all around. And the queen bee flies over. Well, it looks like these two disappointments are back.
What do you mean?
She flies around you. You two are back. It's that simple. If you guys are going to be in this hive, you have to step up your game. You have to be a proper changeling.
Don't worry, Your Highness. I don't want to let you down.
You better not, especially with this upcoming war. As she says that, the field kind of alters a bit, and snow begins to fall. You can't make out the figures in the back, but you can see something is approaching. And Murmur gets up with the other two, getting off her, and then they seemed like full-grown changelings. But something is wrong. Something is very wrong.
I want to intervene.
You are able to intervene. You can reshape the area as something a bit more neutral, and you can try to speak with Murmur.
I shaped the area to look like an inn that's not like the inn where the place that we met, but something familiar. Nice warm fireplace and shadows.
Tavern.
Yeah.
Something that's not going to drag up these guys fucked me over memories, but something that's also not going to be like necessarily alien.
Right.
Okay. Murmur's reaction.
Murmur blinks and rubs her eyes, transforming back into the tiny grub. What just happened? Where are we? What's going on? She falls over to her back and just wiggles.
How big is the grub?
About the size of a full. Really not that big.
Okay.
I would say roughly about a foot in length. Give or take a few inches.
Murmur, you're safe. We're in a safe place.
Who are you? How do you know my name? I'll fight you. I'll beat you up.
It's your conscience. We haven't spoken in a while.
She rolls over and transforms into a crab and tries to pinch you. You're not welcome here. Get out.
I fly up out of her reach.
You think you're fancy because you got wings? Well, I'm gonna get my wings, and then you're not so tough after all.
Murmur,
You're not gonna be tough.
it's okay. It's okay.
No. People like you aren't okay. I fight you, and I'll beat you, and I'll get rid of all of you. And at that point, Murmur transforms into the adult form and is clearly pissed off. I don't want to deal with any of you or your type of people. Get the fuck out! Her form glows with like fiery bright color, and she aims it at you.
Hold on just a sec. See. So, as Murmur is having her... Well, it doesn't fit to say tantrum anymore because they're not a grub anymore, but, you know, either way works. A black smoke just kind of seems to pour from every opening in the room as a now somewhat familiar voice pipes in.
You heard them. It's time for you to leave.
With that, you feel the same clawing in your shoulders as you are dragged from the dream. But just as you are about to be thrown to the dreamscape, something kind of suspends you in a space between the dream of Murmur and the dream world.
Okay.
I don't know what you're working at, but I would caution you not to intervene with my prey.
Your prey. I see. And how has Murmur prayed to you?
That is my business alone. And trust me, I will make sure that you do not say anything of it. If you do, let's just say that things won't be pleasant.
I know my fair share of secrets.
Well, I've seen to it that you keep this one and keep your nose where it doesn't belong. Out of where it doesn't belong.
And with that, you are yeeted back into the dream world.
Before I go into the last dream, I cry out. I call out for to see if Luna would be able to hear my prayers.
Go ahead and roll a d100.
Okay.
You are looking for 99 or up.
Yep.
Close.
Nope.
That's not even close.
Your prayers were heard, but not answered. So, are you going to step into the black dream?
Might as well.
Okay. So, this dream is a bit different. As you are stepping into this dream, you see what appears to be a large academy. This one's much smaller than the one that you are at, and seems to be bustling with all manner of creatures. Humans, various machines, all of them seem to be bustling about doing things. But you do get a sense that everyone here is just exhausted. Some of them stop to exchange words that are too indistinct to make out. But there seems to be a pervading worry. As you are pulled through the academy by some unseen force, you do note that these individuals seem much more real than the academy that you were currently physically in.
Okay.
You can see faces, you can see like all kinds of different creatures. Some of them are very human-like but have tinted skin colors of odd shades. Although to you, you don't really know that they're odd because, you know, pony. But there are also other creatures that look like kind of like what's the word I'm looking for? Diamond dogs, but more wolf-like. Some
Okay.
are some of the same human shape, but appear to be machines. And as you are dragged through the school, you come to a stop at a tall skeletal figure. The clothing you recognize as the one that Sawtooth called Gaster, but he is in a humanoid form rather than a equine one. He's conversing with a shorter, more of a younger individual, appears to be human. Again, too indistinct to tell. As they are talking, a black substance bursts through the far doors of the hall that you are in and begins to just seep slowly through. The entirety of the school is very quickly becoming flooded with this, but nobody seems to pay it any mind, except for Gaster, who, seeing it, begins frantically attempting to what appears from his motions that he's trying to call something. Hold on. But to his apparent dismay, nothing seems to be happening. This is your chance to, if you are going to attempt to do something, you can try. Emphasis on try.
Call out and say, "Are you Gaster?"
There seems to be no response.
I ask, "Do you know Sawtooth?"
Again, he seems unresponsive to your words. You also note that even to you they sound muted, as if the ooze also seems to stop sound.
What did I see last night?
What's that?
I asked out, not expecting an answer about what did I see last night.
Again, no answer. The ooze now has consumed all of the bustling students and is lapping at the feet of Gaster and his companion, who is looking rather concerned at Gaster's reaction, but doesn't seem to even notice the black ooze. Do you attempt anything?
Yes. And I fail.
With that, you are, rather than continuing to struggle, you are thrown once again from the black dream. Let's see. There it is. It is morning again. So, before we continue, let's see, what are we looking at for time? How long have we been going? About 3 hours. Do we want to continue? Or do we want to put a pin in it for the night?
That did not feel like 3 hours.
No, it didn't. I could honestly go for another hour.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking just to make sure, because I know some people have school and other people have work, things like that. Just making sure.
Yeah, I personally would rather pin it for now. Sorry.
Okay. I think we are going to pin it for now because, like I said, he has school and some of y'all have work.
Prudent.
So we will pin it and then we will come back to it again next weekend. For those of you that may or may not still be watching, if you enjoyed that and would like to see more of it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and
I didn't get that.
Get what?
Alright. There was... Never mind, I'm sorry.
But yeah. So there's also, if you want to show more support for the channel, then feel free to check out the Discord, where you can chat with me, the players, and the Patreon. Any and all contributions to the Patreon, starting from $1 going all the way up to $200, are very much appreciated. A huge thank you to all of my current Priest tier and Zealot tier Patreons. Ellis Xander being my only Zealot tier, and my Priest tiers, Cameo Shadowness, Windstriker, and Sawtooth Waves. Other than that, everybody have a great evening and drink water.
Hydrate or dihydrate?